Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you can hear me. Come on, Paterson. Let's show some love. If you can hear me, let me get a thumbs up. Give me a comment. Let me know you're here. Comment in the comments. I am unmuted. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Tell a friend to tell a friend that Paterson is going unmuted. We are going unmuted. Please share, like, follow, share, letting the community know that we are going unmuted. Yes, Paterson. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for coming on. I am so excited to debut this. If you can hear me clearly, just say in the comments, I hear you, Kamisha, because I want to make sure you hear my voice loud and clear. I hear you. I hear you, Kamisha. And this is why I'm here today, because I hear you, my community. I hear, I see your conversations. I see your questions. I hear the pain. Thank you, Tiff. Thank you so much. And so this is why we are here today. Paterson, we are unmuted. We are live. Thank you guys so much. Again, please, I ask you to share this live, share it with your friends, share it with your family, because we are unmuted today. We are going to dive deep into the what's going on with the election. We are going to dive deep into questions that a lot of our community has had. And so I'm just so excited. I'm so excited to have you guys on this journey with me today. I'm just very excited. I'm so happy to have you here. Paterson, it's time to get unmuted. And for those of you who may not know me, I am Kamisha L. Rogers Jones, and I am the host of Unmuted. And this platform is for you. And this is for you because we are tired of sitting idly by while life just seems to happen to us here in Paterson. And so this platform is going to speak to the concerns. It's going to speak to the questions, and we're going to get answers. We're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it honest, and we're going to keep it transparent. We're going to ask our public officials about what they're supposed to be doing. If you don't know, this is the platform to inform you. I am here to give voice to power. I am here to encourage our community. Let's take our city back. I am here to speak to educating, empowering, and advocating for you. I want to say, as we go unmuted, because this is just us speaking up. I know a lot of people say, oh, we're just complaining. People, they just want to have something to say, but this is not the case. We need answers to the questions. We need to see real solutions to the questions that we have. Hey, Zelly, thank you for joining. Thank you guys for joining. Please, like, as I stated, this is Unmuted with Kamisha L. Rogers Jones. This is our first episode. This is our podcast for the community, created for the community with the community in mind, and we're speaking truth to power. Our mission, we are a nonpartisan space, so you will not get Kamisha's opinion. Anything I speak here, anything I say here will be all facts. We are moving away from our emotions. We are moving away and debunking rumors. We are moving away from hearsay. We are getting the answers that our community deserves. We are getting the answers that our community is asking so that we can make informed decisions, all right? So I'm here to let you know, I'm not here to tell you who to vote for. I'm not here to tell you what I think. I'm here to give you the information so that we can hold those in power accountable to us. Because the more we know, the more we grow. Say it with me in the comments. The more we know, the more we grow. And I am here because I want to see our community empowered. I want to see our community thriving. I want to see our community growing. We deserve it. Paterson, I love where we are from. I love Paterson. And Paterson is a great city. And whenever I go out into other cities, into other states, I big up where I'm from. And so I know that What I'm seeing now is not the greatness that I know Paterson can be and has been. And so, like I said, because now when we know, we can grow. And this is what this platform is about. So I want to just thank you all for being here today, being here. Again, I want to ask you right now to hit the share button, tag 3 neighbors who cares about the community. If you care about your tax dollars, if you care about the city, let them know that we are in the room today, okay? Because this is what we're talking about. So, guys, we're going to keep it rolling because we're only here for an hour, okay? And so I know for those of you who may have been on my personal page or in my live, I do try to keep it to an hour, but this is different. This is going to be a platform built for the people. And today we're going to be discussing, we're going to get right to it, community. We're going to discuss the May 12th election. Okay, guys, we are embarking on, I don't know, I have been registered to vote since I was 18 years old. So for 32, I can't say that I've been an avid voter all those years. However, now as a 50-year-old woman, I can say that I vote for every election. I don't know, and maybe someone who's a little older than me can tell me, when have we ever had a ballot packed like this? We have 16 candidates that are going for 3 coveted seats on council at large. 16. That includes the 3 incumbents, and we got 13 challengers. Okay. That alone tells you that people are tired, right? And so people are stepping up and saying, I want to be part of the change, okay? And myself, I know, and Zelly, you're on here. I have run for a position in the city. This is not an easy decision, okay? And I want to believe that these people who are running are taking the time are taking the time to make a decision that, hey, I am going to be the change that I want to see. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to be about it. We're going to get into that tonight, okay? Now, I can't give you all the tidbits because it's still pretty early, all right? And a lot of the candidates I have, Zelly, look, it's a lot of candidates, all right? I haven't been able to go on everyone's page. As we go into the further episodes, I will do a deep dive into the candidates, their platform. A lot of them have not posted their platforms. Most of what we're seeing are the incumbents. They're speaking to what they have done. Listen, again, I got to put this disclaimer. I am not here to tell you who to vote for, okay? I'm not doing it, all right? I will not be endorsing any candidates on this page. I will not be doing any of that. What I'm going to do here is to speak truth to power. I'm going to tell you about the candidates. I'm going to tell you where to find them. I'm going to tell you what they said at these debates. I'm going to give you the information. I'm going to break down the record of the incumbents. I'm going to do my part to make sure my community is educated, because too long they have thrived off of our ignorance. And when I say ignorance, I'm not saying stupid. We are not dumb. But what some of us, we don't know, right? And so they thrive off of the ignorance of the people. No more. If you with me on that, let's say no more. I will not allow these people, anyone, to now get into these seats and think they can do whatever they want and not speak to the needs of the community. And if you're like me, I have felt like we are going unheard. I have felt like that what we're saying and the things that we want are not happening. So I say no more to that. So for my disclaimer, I will not be endorsing candidates. But if you want to hear the truth, if you want transparent reporting and information, come here. All right. And we'll be here on the first Sunday of the month. the first Sunday of the month we'll have our guest, and then the third Sunday of the month we'll talk about what's been happening for the city council, the Board of Education, what's going on in the city. I will give you updates and all of those things, and then we'll keep it going. And prayerfully we'll just keep going and growing and doing more within our community. But let me dive, because I don't want to veer off, because sometimes I can. All right, this is Kamisha being professional. All right. So this is unmuted. All right. And so I just wanted to be clear that I will do everything in my power to make sure that I do not come on here with my emotions and my feelings. Okay. Because too many people have been playing with our feelings. It's time for us to get to the facts and make informed decisions. So let's talk about this May 12th election. Okay. We got 16 people going for the at-large seats. We have 4 who are going for the mayoral seat, and that includes the incumbent Mayor Andre Saya. For the at-large seats, it also includes the incumbents Farid Udine, Maritza Davila, and Dr. Lalisa Mims, okay? And then from there, we got 13 more people who saying, I will stand up for my community. Hey, more power to them. But let me say this to you, community. It's time out for us to be voting off of our emotions. It's time out for us to be voting off of who I like. It's time out for us to be voting on people who comes to our community events. It's time out for that. Where has it gotten us? All right, guys. And so we're going to delve into the resumes and the record of our incumbents. And then we're going to speak to the resumes of those who would like to take those seats, because we ain't got time to play no games. All right. It's time for Paterson to be thriving and for us to grow. We're not doing it anymore. If you with me, put in the comments, Paterson, New Jersey, stand up, because that's what we came here to do. Okay. And so let's get into it. All right. Because when we understand what the role is, remember, guys, we are, as Paterson, New Jersey, we are almost $1 billion city. Okay, I'm going to slow down, friend. I'm going to slow down. We are in a $1 billion city. When we look at, guys, I can only, friend, I'm going to slow down. But, all right, y'all, because y'all know I'm a little nervous. I know y'all be like, oh, can you should be out there? But this is different. This right here is different, all right? But we have a budget of over $300 million. Okay. And so when we're looking at this mayor and we're looking at the city council, we're looking at people who need to be able to run this budget, spend our money respectfully, and make sure they're fiscally responsible, make sure that there is no waste. Transparency is key. How are you spending our money? All right. We need to know what their day-to-day plan is. I think I can speak for myself that transparency is something that we might be lacking. And I would love to know how the challengers will come in and be more transparent with the people. Thank you, Fred. I would love to see that. All right. How they will be more transparent, because I think as a constituent, there are a lot of unanswered questions and a lot of things that they just, everything is like, well, you cooperate, right? That, I think that's the favorite word of a lot of our council people, a lot of our leadership. Oprah. I don't know about you guys, but I've done a lot of Oprahs, and it can be, if you don't know how to work that system, you just won't do it. You can get frustrated and walk away. But I believe that a good leader, when I asked you to show me the breakdown in the budget, and if you go into my unmuted page, you'll see that I posted the budget that was passed for 2026. You guys should go there and check that out so you can see how our money is being spent. But we want transparency. I know I could operate, but are you not the council person? Are you not the mayor? Can I get the budget? Can I find out how you're spending my money, right? And so when we look at these candidates that coming up, we want to know what they're going to do about public safety, especially when it comes to the mayor seat, public safety, all of these different things. We want their resume. We want to know that they understand the difference between your ordinance, legislation, all of these different things that comes with those seats. All right, guys. One of the things I want to say, and I got to reiterate that, okay? we move too much in our emotions. A lot of people come in and they play with our emotions. All right. On my private page, I have mentioned, not allowing people to play with your feelings. We see this when it comes to campaign time. People gonna be campaigning, right? They coming to your church, they coming to your baby shower, they coming to your christening. We talk about the election slide. I think one year Hillary Clinton pulled out, hot sauce out her purse. I'm talking about stuff like this, right? We can't afford to go off our feelings anymore, right? Yeah, we gotta vote off the facts. Who can do the job? All right. I don't care, and we shouldn't care if they're likable, if they're my friend, if they my auntie friend. Yes, remember she came to Power. I think it was Power 105 with Charlamagne and them, and pulled hot sauce out her purse, placating to the people, right? Because she was looking for the black vote, and this is what people do, even here with the local elections. All right, when they come to your church, ask them questions. What is your platform? What is your plan? All right, because I ain't got time to play anymore. My children's life is in jeopardy. My neighborhood, the quality of life in my neighborhood has gone down tremendously. What is your plan? We need to know the plan. Likability does not fix this $300 million budget. It does not fix the issues that's plaguing our city. It just doesn't. And we cannot do this anymore. All right, we can't go off our feelings. Guys, we have to be critically thinking about what's best for the community. Who is the best person, not the best person that I like. Okay? This isn't about who you like to have a cup of coffee with. All right? This is about who can help run the city and run it well. All right? Now, let's dig into this council at large field. Oh, my goodness. We got 16 candidates, and 3 of them are incumbents. All right? Now, you got to know that when it comes to the council, they don't just represent one ward, especially at large. For the at large, they don't just represent one ward. They represent the whole city. Right, but the budget is balanced. Right. They represent the whole city, right? And if you are happy with how your tax dollars are being spent, these are the people you need to be talking to, right? Especially when we talk about the incumbents. We want to know how they voted when it comes to the budget. We want to know all of those things. For at large right now, we got 3 incumbents, right? And so tonight I can't get into all of the meat and potatoes. But I promise you, if you come back, join me on this journey, we're going to get into it, all right? But tonight I just want to introduce to you who the candidates are if you didn't know. Okay, where they are on the ballot, okay, and then also give some context to who they are so that you can start making informed decisions, okay? So I'm going to go through the list, all right, so you guys know it. Share my live so community will know. I will post this on my page as well. So they've already picked the spots to where everyone will be. And so we're looking at 16 people, and this is where they are on the ballot. I'm going to go through their names, and then we'll get into it a little more because I have a council at large checklist of what questions we should be asking council at large candidates. And this includes incumbents as well. All right. All right. You don't need context for all 16. I hear you, Zelly, but I'm just trying to be fair across the board. I want to be able to give some context to the people, all right? But remember, you guys, we got to do some of this work ourselves too, all right? I can only go so far, all right? All right. Now, council at large candidates. So we have Musley Udine, and I'm announcing them. I'm speaking to them from the order of where they are on the ballot. Okay, this is not any pick my favorite or anything like that. All right, I'm giving you their names from the order that they are on the ballot from 1 to 16. Okay, all right. 1B, we have Musley Udine. All right, 2B, we have Abed Thabata. Okay, Paterson first. 3B, we have Commissioner Paula Alford. 4B, we have Councilman at Large Farid Udine. 5B, we have Sonia DeLise. 6B, we have Lavana Wilson. 7B, we have Jais Abru. I hope I'm saying it right. Jais Abru. 8B, we have Eddie Oliveras. 9B, we have Victor Ubaez. 10B, woo, gotta take a deep breath. We have Juan J. Santiago. 11B, we have Casey C. Melvin. 12B, we have Eddie Gonzalez. 13B, we have Councilwoman at Large, Dr. Lalisa Mims. 14B, we have Dave Gilmore. 15B, we have Councilwoman at Large, Maritza Davila. And 16B, we have Gilman Chowry. Woo! That was a lot. Yes, it is a lot. Wow. 16 for 3 seats, guys. We got our work cut up for us. I see a lot of comments. People are asking, who are these people? We're gonna get into that. Okay. It is very overpopulated, but I believe this speaks to the state of the city. If you agree that this speaks to the state of the city, chaos. All right. And so right now we're going to get into what questions you guys should be asking when it comes to at large. All right. I'm not asking you to tell me, I don't know. I'm not asking you to tell me, who you gonna pick or who you like, right? I don't know about you, but I get a lot of people, my family, my daughters specifically, because they know I'm gonna do my due diligence. They ask me like, Mom, who do you think I should vote for? And I'll say to them, this is what this candidate is doing. This is what this candidate is doing. This is what this. A lot of times they just want to know who I'm voting for and they'll go with me. Okay. But when I give them my who is not because I like someone. I always give them my who because I speak to what their platform is and how it aligns with the needs of my community and my people. All right. Guys, we got to look past the cute flyers. We got to look past, again, like I said, they've come to my events. They bought tickets. We got to even look past some of these things, even when we're considering incumbents to come back. What have they done in those seats and making sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing in those seats. Sometimes we get busy with busy work, but it's not the work that we should be doing. All right. And so we got to ask those questions. All right. We're looking at the incumbents. We want to know their record. All right. What legislation have they written? All right. We want to know their why. What's their transparency? Have they been transparent? All right. Asking the Zelly, I'm trying to be professional and you're making me laugh. Okay. We need to ask them, especially, I know for me, if transparency is a key thing for you, write that in the comments for me. Let me know. I know for me, I need transparency. All right. I need you to tell me what's up. Okay. And so I know for me, when I'm looking at the incumbents, I want to know, have they been transparent on the job? And for those that are coming in, will they be transparent? If you want this job, if they want it, they have to answer to the people. And so we have to insist that transparency be key. Thank you, Tiff. All right. And so I'm going to go through a brief because I don't want to go on and on about my thoughts are, again, I am not going to speak to Kamisha what Kamisha thinks. All right. If you go on my private page, Kamisha will speak her piece and her mind. But when we come here, I want you to know that on Unmuted, Kamisha is going to be unbiased. I'm going to speak only facts and truth. I'm holding us accountable, the community, and I'm holding those that we have elected in charge to be in charge. I'm holding them accountable. We are going to hold them accountable, directors and all. Okay. Now let's get into the checklist. I came up with some questions that you guys can ask, because what I want for you is to really get informed. I know especially when it comes to the incumbents, they've been here now, I believe, 8 years. These incumbents are looking for their third term. Some of them been here longer because they were on the school board. Remember, a lot of people say people use the school board to catapult into, politics. If we look at some of the records, some went from school board to council and up. All right. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's been the way it's gone. Okay. That's all I'm saying. All right. Now, when they get in your face, because now is the time they're going to be in your face. But I want to say to you, community, get in their face, right? Because now this is going to be different than going to the council meetings where they only give you 3 minutes, right? And there's time and they mute you. You're done, right? When you get this information, when you see them, ask them these questions, okay? Because this is what we want to know from the at-large candidates, okay? From the incumbents and for those who are coming. First of all, we want to know, have they shown that they understand the unique issues of all 6 wards, not just one? Remember, at large is for every ward. Do they understand the unique, key word, unique issues of all 6 wards, not just one? That's a question to ask them. Because if I live in the 4th and all you care about is the 3rd, I got problems with that. Okay? Because I got issues in the 4th that the 3rd don't deal with. You get what I'm saying? And I need to know that you understand that the 4th ward and the 3rd ward got different issues. We got some of the same, but we got different issues. Okay? And I need to understand that you know that that's the case. We're not talking about one single ward here. I need to know that you've been doing your homework and you understand the needs of every ward. So you understand the needs of every constituent that's voting, okay? Voting or not voting, all right? Because we got over 160,000 residents here. We have 80-something thousand registered voters. In the last election last year, we only had 31% of our voters come out. That was a little over 26,000 that voted. And when it comes to the municipal elections, those numbers get smaller. So we get a small fraction of the 86,000 people that are registered to vote that make the decision on who will be our leaders for the whole city. I need to know that you coming in as an at-large, and this is a question. Do you understand that I live in the 4th, and this is what's happening? Do they know this? Or are they only focused? Are they only focused on one? Okay. All right. So that's one question that you can ask. Okay. The next one, let's talk about the budget. Let's talk about their experience. Do they know how to read and interpret a budget? Right. And then let's ask, have they voted responsibly on the budget that we have now? When we talk about the incumbents, what was their vote when it came to the budget? All right. And those who are running, do you know how to read and decipher through a budget? I know for the homeowners, for those who rent, when the taxes go up, I know for us, rent go up. All right. I might not be a homeowner, but I know when the taxes go up, somebody got to pay and rent go up. Okay. And if y'all raising taxes here, near, that means that my bottom line goes up. All right. We raise the taxes, but we got meteor-sized holes in the street. We're raising taxes, but we understaffed when it comes to DPW, and a lot of those issues aren't getting resolved. We're raising taxes, but the kids don't have all of the recreational needs. The seniors don't have all of the recreational needs that they need. All right. Your question, how would they know this? When we be able to wait? So my charge to you, because this is election time, when you see these candidates, even the ones you know, you ask them these questions. A lot of these candidates are making it their business to get into the face of the community. Guys, don't let them walk off. Just, hey, I'm running. Consider me. Hey, what is your experience when it comes to reading and understanding a budget? Hey, incumbent, tell me a little bit about how you voted on the last budget. All right, because I have some questions. All right, and like I said, if you go to my unmuted page on Facebook, I posted the link to the recent budget that was passed. Okay, and so you can go there. All right, and see who voted for what. All right. All right. So that's a question you can ask. You asking when? I'm telling you when you see them, because they're all out. They're all out. All right. And look, the ones that really want the seat gonna be out, and the ones that don't, they won't be out. And so you could maybe cross them off your list if you want. I'm just saying. All right, but let me move on, because I can't get into that. Okay. Let's get into the legislative part. Let's see what knowledge they know. First of all, for those who are looking to be elected and take the seats, I'm not saying you had to come to every meeting, but even watching the meetings, have you ever attended a meeting? Like, do you know the difference between a resolution and an ordinance? These are for those coming in. Do you know the difference between that? Right? Like, community, what, I get it. You can't just run off of passion. All right? You can't. We can't afford to. Look, community, what I would say to you, and I'm going to take a sip of water, okay? I need my mouth is dry. Pi, I see your comment. I'm going to put it here. Too many people have them in their hip pocket and make a promise they get a vote. Look, guys, I've asked this question on my platform many times on my private page. Look at the last 2 terms and look at those in power. How has your quality of life changed since they've been in power? Okay? Look, guys, the proof is in the pudding. Look, let's look. And if it hasn't changed, if things haven't gotten better and gotten worse, you might want to consider someone else. In considering someone else, you want to know, because you're not just, I'm ready for a change and gonna pick anybody. We can't, guys, we can't afford to. We cannot afford to pick off our emotions. Do they even know the difference between a resolution and an ordinance? I get you got passion, but do you have the knowledge? At least a little bit. They need a little bit, guys. They got to know something. And I get it. Some people is like, look, some of this they got to learn. Yes. A lot of it they're going to learn. But some of it they need to know. All right? We guys, ask the questions. All right? They can't just run off of their passion. All right? They can't. All right? Guys, why? Your feelings, they play with that. We have been emotional too long, guys. All right? Emotions have got us to where we are. Okay? Emotions keeps us from doing the research to get the information. Emotions will have you doing things that you know you shouldn't do, but because it feels good, because you like them, because you don't want to hurt them. I know, guys, listen, and again, I'm not here to tell you who to vote for. What I'm saying to you is, this is employee review, and although I may like you, and although you have a nice personality, your work has not been to the caliber that we need to see our city thriving. You got to ask those questions. All right. I don't know what job y'all work at that your review is based off of if they like you. They're trying to see your job performance. And when it comes to the incumbents, we need to ask those questions. Okay. All right. It's beyond, listen, if they like you for real, they'll like you even if you don't vote for them. All right. I'm just saying. Or is it conditional? I'm just, I had to throw that out there. All right. Like I said, I'm not trying to be all into my emotions and stuff like that. So y'all pray for me so I could not be. Now, when it comes to the incumbents, let's find out what their voting record has been. Did they vote yes or no to the issues that really matter to you, to your block? Listen, now is the time. Now is the time. What did they vote yes to that have highly impacted you? What did when you reached out to them, when we went to, I've been to many council meetings and I have stated, no, we shouldn't do this. No, we shouldn't do that. No, you should. And I have watched them go ahead and vote. And sometimes there's only one lone person that's saying no, right? Guys, ask the incumbents or bring it back to their remembrance. You voted yes on this when it's clear that this does not work for the community. Explain to me why you decided to ignore the needs and the cries of the community and you voted this way. Hold them accountable, guys. Hold them accountable. Do you want 4 more years? Then, hey, and again, I'm not here telling you who to vote, but I want you to do your due diligence. Look, the proof is in the pudding. For the incumbents, they have a hard job. They got to sell that what they've been doing has been good for us. I'm just keeping it 100. All right? I'm keeping it 100. They got to show us that what they've been doing is what we need. All right? Paterson, if you ready for change? If you're ready for change, say, I'm ready. Put it in the comments. I'm ready. You ready? You gonna ask the questions? Come on, put it in the comments. I'm asking questions. Because we got to get out of our feelings, guys. We got to get out of our feelings. Our emotions have really messed us up. All right? Now, let's ask the challengers. Some of you guys have asked, who are these people? Now, that would be a question. Who are you? Has your involvement in the community only been for this? Let me see your body of work. What have you done in the community that shows me you have a heart for the people and you're ready to take it to the next level? All right? Because let me tell you something. This is not a job for you to get praise. This is not a job for you to be all, I'm this, I'm that. This is not, it's about the people. This job is tough. You got to be real and raw. All right? You got to hold true to power. You got to speak up for the people even when it's not popular. This is not to catapult you to your next level. Whoa, wait a minute. This is not about you. If you're coming on here and you're saying, I'm going to stand up for my community, I am ready to step into this seat and do what I need to do for my community, you relinquish this idea of, because this will take me to the next level. If that's what's on your mind as a challenger, you got the wrong election. Community, tell them they got it wrong. And I'm here to give you warning that we're not playing. You're not coming here talking about, oh, this is going to take me to, this is not about you. Community, let them know we're not here for it. If you're not for the community, you are off the list. Scratch them off. If this is about you and where you want to go, scratch them off. This is about us. are servant leaders. Emphasis on servant. Okay? This is not about you going to your next level. All right? This is about getting the work done right here, right now. Come on, community. Let them know. Come on, put it in the comments. Paterson, stand up. Paterson, New Jersey, stand up. No longer will you guys get to use our community, our lives, what's going on with us as your platform to your next level, while our city continues to go down and down. No way. I am Paterson proud. Y'all see my shirt? This shirt, this is not a plug. I've had these shirts for a long time. I am Paterson proud. I am Paterson loud. Okay? Anybody that know me, Kanisha from Paterson. All right? Because great things come out of the city. There are great people in the city. We have awesome children in the city. We got dope educators in the city. We got phenomenal leaders in this city. And what they see is not all that we are. All right, community? And so even those people who want, those 13 who say, I will stand. Because listen, it takes a lot. I will stand. What is your plan? Stand how? Or are they looking for this to catapult them to their next level? Don't let them do this to us. Tell them, put it in the comments, not on my watch. Not on my watch. Ask the tough questions. We want the answers. Because if you can't do the job, you got to go. You hear me? You got to go. You can't, no. You're not going to do this, not on our watch. It's been too long. Our community is going down and down. And listen, people, it's the people, it's everything. It's all of us. Community members, all of the stakeholders. We all got to stand up. But if you say you want this job, we need you focused on the job at hand, not where it's going to take you. All right? Because we want to know what made you decide to run. Okay? So that's a little bit for the incumbents, guys. All right? Now we got the 4 candidates for mayor. The mayor is like the CEO of the city. Whew, guys, I'm going to give you their names by where their position is on the ballot. Okay? This is not me endorsing one or putting one over the other. This is just me giving you their names and where they stand on the ballot. Okay? For position 1A, we have Alex Mendez, who is the current councilman of the 3rd Ward. Position 2A, and I forgive me if I don't say the last name correctly. I do truly apologize if I get it wrong. Mohammed Akhtarzaman, 2A on the ballot. We have the incumbent current mayor, Andre Saya. He is 3A on the ballot. And then we have councilman of the 1st Ward, who is 4A on the ballot, Michael Jackson. Guys, we have overall 20 people vying for 4 seats. 4. Guys, we can't let this split our vote. We have to collectively, guys, together, make sound decision. Our community's future depends on it. I implore you, community, stand up and ask the questions you want answers to. Don't just go on that ballot picking who you know. We want to grow, guys. We want to thrive. 20 people. Now I got a checklist for the mayor, and I got to keep going because we're only supposed to be here an hour. All right? Woo, when we talk about the mayor, all right, we're talking about we're not talking about just like a politician in a suit. This is the CEO of the city. All right? He oversees this budget of $300 million. All right? They appoint directors who run our programs, our streets. our health department, our economic development. Look, listen to me. Listen, guys. Those who have an ear to hear, let them hear. This is what the mayor's job is. They set the tone for public safety. Guys, we got to vote facts over feelings, all right? Likability, we got to go. Throw that out. I'm muted. We're talking about facts. We're looking at facts. You hear me? This is the checklist. For mayor, do they have the experience? We're going to look at this mayor as the incumbent, even asking him, all right, what has his track record been when it came to managing this budget? All right? In the different complex departments, police, DBW. All right? And then when we ask him, then we ask the incumbents, what can you do? How will you manage this budget? How will you ensure that this money is being fiscally spent, fiscally responsibly? Guys, we cannot vote off of this. I'm sorry, I hit my mic. We can't. Public safety. What's their public safety plan? Is there a concrete, actionable plan for the reduction of crime, or are we just talking public safety? I'm going to improve public safety. I'm going to improve the public safety. You're going to feel safe with me. How? How? Guys, ask them. How? How? What you going to do? Huh? What are you going to do? All right. Now let's look at these departmental appointments. For the incumbent, as the mayor, we want to know, the mayor is the one, he puts those in charge of these key departments, okay? And we want to know, one, have the ones that have been appointed, are they qualified, and how have they been doing in the job? Okay? Because the mayor is responsible for that. All right? He's responsible for that. And so even with the incumbent, when we look at his department heads, have you been happy with that? Ask those questions. And for those who are trying to come and get that seat, well, what are you going to do better when it comes to those departments? Are they going to put people there who know how to do the job and understand the community and what the community needs? Come on, guys. Or are they putting in their friends of a friend of a friend? We cannot afford this anymore. Community, ask the questions. They got to answer. And then if they don't answer, for me, that's a telltale. That's a telltale for me. I'm not asking you a question that's like, and can you explain this department head and what they've been doing? Are the services do that department? Are they helping our community? Are there services in place to see that our communities are thriving? These are real questions, all right? Now let's talk about business and growth. This is the mayor, right? Because sometimes we don't, look, I'm going to get into that because I'm going to get into that in my closing. Is there a plan for economic development? One that grows the whole city and not just special interests? That's a question. What's your plan for economic development? And will this plan grow the whole city or just special interests? Huh? What's wrong with that question? Is that a good question? That's a great question. All right? And then let's go into tax dollar stewardship. This is great for incumbent. Has he demonstrated a commitment to transparency and fiscal responsibility? And does the vision that the current mayor or the ones who are running against him match the reality? That's good for the incumbent. Does the vision that the current mayor say about the city match what we see outside? Huh? Come on, y'all. Let's ask these questions. This isn't about who has the best flyer. This is about who is qualified to manage a city of over 160,000 people. If you want to hire someone to run your business, why would you hire them for the mayor? If you want to hire a certain caliber person to run your business, why would you hire them for council? Ask the real questions. Ask them. Listen, this is what Unmuted is all about. Tonight, I just want, y'all see how that was a lot. We just broke down the 20 candidates. I gave you guys some great questions you can ask. I encourage you, if you got other questions you want to ask, I know that people are planning debates and forums. I tell you, put your comments and your questions in my chat. I'm going to go back later. I'll go and I'll grab those questions. What are some of the issues that you want spoken to in the city of Paterson? Department heads, I'm getting them all here. All right. Next week's show is going to start again at 8 p.m. And I have guests coming on that's going to speak to some of the issues that's going on in our city. And I don't want to make an announcement just yet because we're finalizing things, but I'm going to have a department head here that's going to speak directly to some of the things that we're going through. I'm just waiting to confirm everything by tomorrow. Hopefully by tomorrow, I'll have an announcement of who's coming. But that's what we can expect to see. Ask the questions, guys. This is not, and I want everyone to know, this is not a, Jerry Springer type show. Like, I'm not trying to shock you, because we want answers. We got issues. We got questions. We want answers. We want solutions. And that's what we're going to get here. We're unmuting. We're not going to be silent anymore. Okay? We want answers. Me too, Justin. All right. Now, before I go, guys, first I want to say thank you again. All right. Don't forget that the election is May 12th. And remember that be a part of everything that's happening. I encourage you, if you can't get to a forum and they do it virtually on live, get on live, get there, get the information. Okay. Before I go, no, there will be no paternity test on here. So one of the things that I want to always do, because I know a lot of people like to say, oh, all they do is complain, there's nothing good going on. I want to highlight a community program, a community activist, a community organization that's doing great work in the community. And so tonight for my community highlight, I want to highlight Mature Sisters and Brothers. Rhonda Roberts and her crew over there are doing great work when it comes to our homeless, to our unhoused population. Her and her team with their shower event, with the that she does all, and which is going to be coming up soon, that she does throughout the summer, the hygiene things that she gives, the information that she provides. I know that she has a gala coming up, and I'm going to post that on Unmuted because I want the community to know that there are great things happening in Paterson. There are great organizations happening that are doing great work here in Paterson. All right. And so I want to highlight them today. Mature Sisters and Brothers, Rhonda Roberts and her team. Thank you for the great work that you guys do. Thank you for the impact that you have on our unhoused community. Thank you for bringing their issues, their needs to light. Thank you for advocating for them. We applaud you for being a pillar in our community and doing the work. I know a lot of the times it doesn't, we don't, community advocates and organizations and activists, you don't get the acknowledgement that you deserve, and you don't do it for that. But I want to do that here today and say to Mature Sisters and Brothers, Paterson, New Jersey, that we applaud you. We thank you for your service and your continued work in the community. Like I said, the Mobile Shower Initiative and your commitment to the unhoused community does not go unnoticed. All right. And so I want to encourage you guys to visit their page. I know she has a gala coming up. And like I said, I'm going to put the highlight on my page, and I would encourage you to follow them and support them. Let's give them their flowers while they can. All right. And community, before we go, yes, there are many great things happening in Paterson. Many great things. We got great people in Paterson. All right. And what I want to say is that, we got great things happening in Paterson, and sometimes people, will, because of, what's going on and they see in the news and, on live, and, they think that that's just all we are. But no, Paterson is dope. All right. And we got some dope people here. All right. And we're going to bring that to light. We're not going to just let people talk about what's not working. There are some great things working in our city. All right, guys, I want to encourage you first again. Thank you guys for coming on the show today. I hope I did inform you. I pray that I encouraged you, that some of you got given some information and educated and given the information you need to share with your friends and family. I implore you, and I want to empower you to be a voice to the voiceless and advocate for our city, our community, our families, our children, our seniors. It takes a village, and we are the village, guys. I am so grateful for every person that came out here today. Please join us next Sunday at 8 p.m. We are going to get into some issues within the city and have a director from one of the departments in the city to come and speak to a lot of the questions that I've seen on social media. What I would like to say to you guys is, please, in the chat, drop your questions, join my page, ask the questions. I will get the answer. And my goal is to get them here so they can tell you themselves. So we're not out there giving false information, but we're giving the truth. Unmuted. If you're going unmuted with me, come on, guys, put it in the comments. We are unmuted. Paterson, New Jersey. We're standing up for our community. We're standing up to the powers that be. No longer are we silent. All right, guys, we are going to do the work. Paterson, New Jersey, stand up, guys. Thank you so much for being here today. And again, come back next week because we're going to talk about some great things. I will give you the details of that next week. All right, please drop in the comments. What is the number one thing you want to hear from the 20 candidates? All right, you can drop that in the comments for me, and I will definitely get that information and those questions to you. All right, please keep sharing my live. Please tag a friend. Let them know that we have gone unmuted. Unmuted. This is not a 3-minute conversation. We are talking about the issues, and I love it. I love you guys. Paterson, New Jersey, you are my heart. You are my love, and I'm doing it for you. Family, friends, please share, like. Thank you. Give yourself an applause, and thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I promise you, we are going to grow. We are only going to get better and better and better because when we're better, our community is better. This is for you. All right, guys. I love you. I thank you. I am so I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful evening and a wonderful week. Be checking my page for the next episode next week. Join me next Sunday at 8 p.m. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good night, and God bless you all.